Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's a Sunday evening, and I'm happy that you're here with me. It's not a good topic or an exciting topic to talk about this evening. A lot of people lost their lives over these last couple of days, basically from mass shootings. Over 30 people are dead, and dozens more are wounded. What I don't want to do, which so many people who support the Second Amendment do at this point, it does bother me a bit when they do it, and I see it all the time, is they throw a lot of stats out, or they dismiss people's feelings or anything like that in an attempt to make this okay. It's not okay. I don't want to make light of any of this. I really don't. Some of you know my own story where I almost lost my daughter. I didn't, but I almost did when she was a baby. And almost losing my daughter tore apart my family, tore apart me. It was horrible. And we didn't lose her. So I can only imagine how terrible it would be if someone actually lost their family member, how horrible it would be to destroy their family. I lost my father when I was a kid. I was 11, 12 when he died, and it was horrible for me and my mother. I get that. So I don't want to make light of any of the loss that people had. We shouldn't make light of it at all. With that in mind, I want to make sure we understand something. I get, because of not making light of it, that we want to take action. I totally get that. We want to take action. I'm there. I want to do something about this. I got it. So we decided to take action legally. I remember a quote. I can't remember which congressman it was, but he said something like, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but you may have heard it. The paraphrase was, after a tragedy, any law that we pass, even if it's symbolic, is good, even if it's symbolic. I wholeheartedly disagree. Completely disagree. I don't want to do something symbolic after a tragedy. After a tragedy, someone's really hurt. Someone's really lost something. Symbolism is not what I want at that point. What I want is something real. I want it to address a problem. I want their deaths to be worth something. I want it to be worth something, not just another tragedy, another loss. That's the wrong answer. So what does that mean? Well, if you look at Marianne Williamson, I'm not a massive fan, but one thing that she does, and I am a fan of completely, is the woman goes out of her way to say things like, it's not this, it's the system. It's not this, it's the system. It's not this, it's this core problem. And she's right. And in this case, the same thing. Except in this case, she probably doesn't believe what I'm believing. But it isn't the gun. It isn't the weapon. That isn't the problem. We've been passing lots of laws for lots of times, and we still have mass shootings. In fact, they're going up. They keep saying that, look, they're going up. And then we keep doing the same thing. It's not the answer. Or it's a mental health problem. It's not a mental illness problem. It's a societal problem. It's a lack of happiness problem. It's a bigger problem. While all of these things are homicides, they are mass murders. They are. You've heard me say it before. If you paid attention to me, and I'll say it again. At the core, these are actually public suicides. All these people are ending their lives, either physically if they get shot or killed, or they shoot themselves, or actually because, not symbolically, because they're going to jail forever or they're going to be executed. So they're actually ending their lives. And they know this. They planned this out. It's deeper than somebody's crazy. People have been crazy, however you want to define that, for decades. They've had access to guns for decades. This hasn't been the norm. It's a minor thing, but weeks ago, months ago, I had some ants in my home. So we'd spray to kill the ants. And I told my wife, this isn't going to work. We can't just keep spraying because the ants will keep coming. This isn't the answer. I've got to find the root problem of this, right? I've got to go and find the root. And the root problem of this was my backyard. I have a small backyard. I live in New York City, so a very small backyard. There was a bunch of vegetation growing up that I should have gotten rid of and clear the vegetation out. They live in the vegetation. I've got to get rid of their area, so it's not good for them to live, and then they go away. I did that. I went out, cleared the back out, got everything out. Ants go away. Didn't have to kill any more ants. Didn't have to use any more bug spray. I went in the back, dealt with the root, and my ant problem went away. We had the same thing. Now, the hard part is it's very easy to spray the ants. It's very easy. Ants come, spray the bug spray. Very easy. You know what's hard? It's hard going out into my backyard, weeding and pulling stuff out, tearing stuff up and putting down the herbicide, putting down insecticide, drawing all the stuff out, taking it to the curb. That's a pain. That takes hours of work, and I'm an old man, so that makes me sore. So I don't want to do all that work. But I know I have to do that work if I want a long-term solution to my ant problem. We have a mass public suicide problem. That's our problem. And passing a law isn't going to stop somebody from committing suicide. Suicide's against the law. People still commit suicide. Over 1 million a year commit suicide. Lots of people kill themselves. We lose over 100 every single day to suicide. All the time. In the United States alone, we lose 100 every day to suicide. And it's against the law. If someone wants to kill themselves, we can ban guns, ban knives, ban whatever. How do we know this? Look at London. They're banning guns, and they're stabbing more people in London than they are in New York. I had somebody once tell me, Larry, you understand, these weapons they use, they kill more people than anything else. It's not true. There was a van in Nice. A guy ran people down, over 80 people dead. Why? Because he wanted to kill them. It was a public suicide. This is our problem, and this takes hard work. I happened to speak about 2 days ago on the concept of happiness. I brought that up if any of you were watching. Talk about the idea of feeling respected, feeling loved, having purpose. When you don't feel respected, when you don't feel loved, when you don't have purpose, you don't see value in life. And you will find a purpose, whatever that purpose happens to be. If that purpose means you can sacrifice your life for it, you will happily do it. You will eagerly do it. That's what suicide bombers are. That's what these public suicides are. People finding a purpose, not being loved or respected, and going out and getting that respect and getting that purpose. And if they got to murder people to do it, so be it. Because they're going to die. This takes lots of work. This is a culture change on our part. This is opening up to people. This is getting people to be more happy. This is not just getting mad at people. You can get mad all you want. Shake your fist and call people evil all day long. And you will feel righteous. I get it. You will feel so righteous. I shook my fist and I called people evil. That's awesome. And then there'll be a mass shooting next week. And you'll just keep yelling. And you'll keep feeling righteous. But at one point, you've got to realize something. This is a cultural problem. Think about this. If you go back a year ago, what we're talking about, all these school shootings. Oh my God, all these school shootings. These last 2 shootings. Schools? No. There were other targets that these people thought were soft. They thought there would be soft targets. That's what they figured. Outside of a club, of course. Why? You can't bring a gun into the club, so no one's armed. That's what he thought. Lots of people there, unarmed. He thought shoppers. He thought, oh, Walmart. Not realizing that some people do carry in Walmart. I'm sure the guy thought, oh, Walmart, lots of shoppers. They don't bring guns to shop. It's like moms and kids going to, that's what they thought. So, of course, he goes there. They're going to places that aren't ready. Schools are more and more ready, right? They're more and more ready. So we don't see as many school shootings. They keep hitting soft targets. Remember, these are all suicides. Suicides are planned. There is the critical piece to understand. Suicides are planned. They plan them. They don't plan hard targets. You know who almost never gets shot in these mass shootings? Cops. Because they make sure no cops are around. Once the cops come, everything begins to end. Cops often shoot the guy. That's often part of the plan. Getting shot by the cop is usually part of the plan. So instead, we as a society aren't talking to people, trying to give people hope, trying to give people purpose, trying to give people love and respect. Instead, what do? Keep yelling and screaming and pass more laws that will remove more guns and create more soft targets. We are literally making things worse. The symbolic law that we're going to pass that will get rid of this or get rid of that will literally make things worse. not better. You will create more soft targets, which means there can be more mass killings. And if you get the cops to be more aggressive, then the guy knows, great, I'll go out there and I won't have to go to jail because some cop will shoot me. That's my plan. That's what they're looking for. New York State is already looking to create more laws. After this, a couple of local people said, now's my chance to create some more anti-gun laws and push some more stuff. What's happened in New York in the past couple of years that would warrant mass shooting? Nothing. Nothing. The last mass killing we had in New York was with a guy with a car in New York City who ran down people in a bike lane. Yeah, killed 8 people with a van. That's the last that happened in New York. And we're talking about having more gun laws. Why? What you're doing is making people, legal, law-abiding gun owners, feel more attacked. You're validating all the people who think the government's trying to take our guns and kill us in the deep state. As you pass these laws, you validate their fears, so more of them will do this. We are making this worse. And now, less people will have guns. So now when people will find more soft targets, and the situation continues. This is nothing but bad. This is nothing but bad. I know people are going to say, but Larry, don't you care about these kids getting killed with all these guns? All these kids are getting killed. All these people are dying. Now it's not even kids anymore. Now it's just people, to include kids. Don't you care? Yes. Which is why we as society have to stop punishing people for nothing. Remember, all these laws that come out now won't affect the shooter. The shooter's either already dead or in prison. He's not affected by it. And then all the other shooters that are going to come, these people aren't going to obey the law anyway. They're committing suicide. They don't care. So the only people who these laws will affect are legal law-abiding gun owners or people who want to own firearms. That's all it's going to affect. And when you start to affect them, you see it. Look at your friends who are gun owners. Look online, looking at all the comments. Look at everyone you know who is a legal gun owner and who wants to do this. Think about this. You know what's actually happening? They're becoming almost to a point where they're becoming pro-shooter. Yes, you see it. They're like, yeah, I get why he did it. Yeah, I get why he did it. That's horrible. They shouldn't be seeing that, but you're seeing it. So am I. That's why I'm talking about this. We should not be downgrading this attack. I see people online saying, oh, just get more guns. No, help the people who are broken. I don't want to keep putting Band-Aids on this. And I want us to understand something, and it's important we get this. We are putting a Band-Aid on an infected wound, and it's rotting, and it's got gangrene. It is bad. That's all we're doing. We're eventually going to lose a limb or more. We're going to lose everything. We've got to pull this Band-Aid off, and we've got to go to the root, clean out this infected wound, and that takes lots of time, and that takes energy. But if we don't do that, this never gets better. We will keep saying thoughts and prayers, and yelling about gun this and learning about gun that, and nothing will change. Now, of course, people will say, Larry, it's not that. You know what it is? It's white supremacy. Okay. It's deep state. Okay. It's being bullied. Okay. Note every one of those things, whatever it is, equals the same thing. Feeling unhappy, feeling disenfranchised, feeling disrespected, feeling unloved. And I know people will tell me the same thing all the time. Larry, we don't have time for your feelings. Well, you better, because feelings are going to kill you or someone you love. Well, facts don't care about feelings. Yes, they do. Or if they don't, they sure as hell should. Because people with feelings ignore facts, change facts, or just make up facts. They fabricate them out of thin air because of their feelings. Feelings count because we're human. Feelings count a lot. If you think they don't, you don't understand human nature. None of these people did these mass shootings because of logic. They did it because of emotion. They did it because of feeling. Feelings count. We have to stop thinking that way and understand that people count. Feelings count. This is about happiness. We have a cultural issue here. Government is not helping. It's making things worse. Our current two-party system is making things worse. Our current left versus right paradigm is making things worse. People fighting for and against gun control are making things worse. Instead, let's first look at what Marianne Williamson said. I'm not supporting her. I'm just saying the woman's right. That's all I'm saying. She's right, and we should pay attention when someone's right, and she's right. This is a cultural problem. It's about happiness and love. It's about respect and purpose. Let's have some better purpose. Let's have some better respect. Let's start talking about, hey, these people are hurting. Let's start going to the groups that they're in. Let's start seeing the people they're talking to. And let's open up our arms to these people. Let's open up our hearts to these people. And let's start talking to them. The more we call these people monsters, the more we call these people bad or evil, the more we simply attack them, and that's all we do, the more they're going to try to kill us. That's kind of how it works. When they have no purpose, when they have a feeling of no respect or love, they're going to commit suicide. Gun control is not the answer. More soft targets is not the answer. More conversation, more communication, that's the answer. So how do I do that? I know I talked a lot, so how do you actually do that? It's a big deal, and it's a very big deal. It's not just me sitting up here yapping. I love to yap. That's what I do. I love it, but it isn't just that. It's everything from our education system to how we look at work, to how we look at family. It's all those things. I could spend an hour on each of them. I won't bore you to that. I'll cover those in a different conversation. But remember something. Our families are broken up. Our families are breaking up badly. Part of that's due to family court. Part of that's due to the way the economy is working. We have to move to cities and break our families up. Part of it is due to men and women not working the way they want to work. Terrible work areas, gig economy, technology coming and changing things. Part of it's our education system, where we're educating kids and giving them tons of debt with no hope. We're giving kids education that doesn't matter. We're teaching them things that aren't true, teaching them things that aren't valuable. They're spending so much time and energy in school and learning nothing about life itself. Then they come out and they're still kids when they're 24, 25, 29. They're still children. They can't handle life. We're not teaching resilience to our kids. When they fall down, they never get back up because we never taught them resilience. Problem after problem after problem. These are the real issues. You fix these, the rest gets a whole lot better. Think about this. All the people who are out there shooting and killing people, they have, in theory, people around them, friends and or family. How badly did they fail to assist this person? Or how bad did this person fail to communicate their problems or issues or concerns? How bad was that? Total failure. That's what is happening. But there are a bunch of these shooters hanging around. They're waiting to happen. Just waiting until it gets to a point where it's too much. And then all of a sudden, boom, here it goes. I'm asking us to stop looking at law as the answer. Law is the Band-Aid on the infected wound. It is up to us to treat people better, to go to these people who are in trouble and assist them. And that's one person at a time for many of us. But as a society, we can change our family law. We can change our rules and regulations on education and work. And we can shift the way we get people into the workforce so they can have more purpose, so they can have more happiness, so they can have more respect. When those things go away, this is what happens. All right, guys, I want to say thank you so much for listening to me this awesome Sunday evening. Have a great week, and I hope I touched on some issues that you enjoyed. Do me a favor, if you care about this, you like what I'm doing, support The Sharp Way. Head to patreon.com/sharpway. Help me out. Whatever you can help out will help make this content come faster and faster and faster. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.